The Mini-Star and BioStar use positive pressure, which gives you superior adaptation to your model, ensuring the accuracy and fit of your appliance. These machines can significantly reduce your lab expense by increasing the variety of appliances you can do in-house. Most of the technique videos in our Resource Center feature the BioStar because that's what we use in our commercial lab at Great Lakes. For most dental practices, the Mini-Star is ideal. You can use the Mini-Star to fabricate the same extensive variety of appliances that you can with the BioStar.
The spring is fabricated and then waxed to the model. Apply a thin layer of hygienic baseplate wax to the model where the active portion of the spring will be located. Position the spring against the tooth to be moved and secure it with wax. The wax stabilizes its position as well as allows it to be freely activated under the acrylic retainer. Remove excess wax from around the spring with a lab knife. Wax covering the spring should be to the top surface of the spring wire and not extend past the tooth to be moved. Lightly flame the wax covering the spring to smooth. Apply liquid separator with a brush to the model. Remove separator from around the spring wire. Then wax in place the retainer wire work. Mix a small amount of BioCure resin in a resin mix cup with a spatula. Acrylic mix should be a thick maple syrup consistency. Then apply a small layer of resin over the waxed area of the spring. This will shield the wax during the thermal forming process. Place the model and acrylic resin into a humid pressure pot for 15 minutes. Pressure should be adjusted to approximately 20 psi. At the end of the curing cycle of the resin, evacuate the pressure from the pot. Remove model and cured acrylic. Adjust pellets within the cup to elevate the model. For a Hawley retainer, the top tooth surfaces should be at the height of the cup's rim. Fill the gap between the model and the cup's rim with pellets. Sweep excess pellets with a 1-inch brush. Pellet level should be against the occlusal tooth surfaces and heel of model, and extend to the rim of the cup. Make sure the pellets are removed from the cup's rim. Select a 2mm BioAcryl disc. A variety of colors and pattern designs are available. Clamp the BioAcryl disc onto the chamber. Identify the material's heating time or BioStar code and enter it into the machine. Swing the lamp over the clamp material to start the heating cycle. With 45 seconds remaining in the heating cycle, mix monomer liquid and polymer powder to a maple syrup consistency with a No. 7 spatula. With approximately 20 to 30 seconds left in the heating cycle, apply resin over wires and cured acrylic over spring wax. Once the heating time has ended, swing the lamp to the back of the machine. Then rotate the chamber over the cup and lock into place. Allow form material to cool and acrylic to cure for 2.5 to 3 minutes. At the end of the cooling and curing cycle, evacuate the pressure from the chamber. Unlock the chamber and clamped material. Swing open the chamber and remove formed material and model from the pellet cup. Some pellets may stick to the formed material. Remove pellets with lab knife. Then loosen the wires that were held in place with wax along the facial surface of the model and remove formed plastic. Using a carbide cutting burr and lab handpiece, cut out the retainer from the disc. Start by cutting along the back of the appliance at the first or second molar reference. Then cut along the lingual cusps of the posterior teeth and near the incisal edges of the anteriors. Caution must be used around wires that are embedded in plastic. Once the cut has been made in the plastic, remove the retainer from the disc. The posterior segment is scalloped 1½ millimeters above the gingival margins to rest against the cervical crown surface and rounded to the interdental papilla height along the anterior dentition. This is accomplished by using a carbide cone or taper burr and a lab handpiece. Finally, the scalloped posterior and rounded anterior segments are blended into the retainer body. A sandpaper mandrel with a 3-inch strip of 150 grit sandpaper is used with a lab handpiece to smooth trim surfaces. This retainer is pumice and polished using the same procedures outlined for the upper Hawley retainer.
These technique videos, along with the other information on the Resource Center, can show you how to get the most from your machine and how to ultimately take control of your lab bill. Maximize the potential of your mini-star.